God, it's been long since I did this. What's up, YouTube? It's your Lord and Savior Kane353 here, and as you can see, pay-per-view results are back. Although this is going to be the last time I do them over a still image, next time I'll try to change it up a bit and possibly make it better. That aside, tonight was the first ever SmackDown-only pay-per-view in the form of Backlash, and my, what a pay-per-view it was. Let's start the results with the pre-show, which I actually did not watch because I wanted to be well-rested, since 99.9% of the time, when I don't do these videos, it's because I'm tired as shit. But since I'm well-rested, thanks to missing the pre-show, I can do this. And the cost for that was missing Barron Corbin versus Apollo Crews. Lucky for me, during the actual show, they flashed back to this, so I can tell you the end of the match. The end of the match saw Apollo Crews dominating Barron Corbin, hitting him with a fallaway slam on the outside of the ring. Apollo Crews then tossed Barron Corbin back into the ring. Barron Corbin got into the corner. Apollo Crews charged at him, and Barron launched Apollo Crews into the air, only to knee him in the face as he came down, and then hit him with the end of days. 1, 2, 3, Barron Corbin beats Apollo Crews. Now, why Barron Corbin was facing Apollo Crews and not Kalisto, I will never fucking know. Now, the actual Backlash pay-per-view starts off with the Six Diva Pack Challenge. Six-pack challenge. Right, it's the six-pack challenge, not the six-man pack challenge. Why did I think it was that? So the Diva six-pack challenge, in which we saw Becky Lynch versus Naomi versus Nikki Bella versus Carmella versus Alexa Bliss versus Natalya. Now, naturally, remembering this match piece for piece is difficult, so instead I'm going to run through the eliminations. The first elimination of the night was Alexa Bliss being taken out by a powerbomb and neckbreaker combination done by Natalya and Naomi. The second elimination of the night was Naomi, who was knocked out by, I believe it was Nikki Bella, but then Natalya, being the attention whore she is, throws Nikki into the post, and then locks Naomi into the sharpshooter so that Naomi will tap out to her and not be pinned by another diva, because ego. Then, Nikki gets a semblance of revenge by knocking out Natalya with her patented elbow, and then hitting her little neckbreaker? Is it a neckbreaker? Fireman's carry neckbreaker. Let's call it that for now, because I can't remember the name of the move. But she hits her with that. 1, 2, 3. She's eliminated. Immediately afterwards, Carmella rolls up Nikki Bella. 1, 2, 3. Nikki Bella is eliminated. Now, at this point, Carmella, being the cocky little bitch she is, shoves Nikki in the back to push her out the ring. Nikki, not taking the shit, slaps Carmella and then walks out. Carmella, being a diva, chooses to freak out over this rather than focus. As a result of this, Becky Lynch then takes over, taking Carmella's axe to Bexplex City, and then charges Carmella only to get super kicked. Carmella then goes for the pin, only to have her arm caught and be put into the disarmor. Tap, tap, tap. Becky Lynch is your first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. As I believe everybody and their mother predicted. The next match of the night was the semifinals again, because technically the semifinals already happened. But for those of you who don't know, the Usos injured the original finalists of Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, American Alpha. And as a result of that, we need to choose a new set of finalists to face Heath, Slater, and Rhino. So we had the leftover quarterfinalists, the Hype Bros, Zack, Ryder, and Mojo Rawley, versus the Usos. The match started off with Mojo Rawley decimating the Usos, then Zack decimating the Usos, then Mojo decimating them again, and then Zack being pushed into the corner where the Usos started to double team him. At this point we have a paint by numbers. Usos dominate. Zack finally gets some offense in. Zack tags in Mojo. Fight, 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 fight. In the end, Zack gets tagged back in, only to be chop blocked in the Usos' corner. From this, they pick him up. They do that little jumping kick to the back of the knee thing that they did to Chad Gable. And then the Usos use a submission move that I believe they've only used it once before, in which they entangled your arm in one of their legs, and then they put you in a single leg Boston Crab. They do this to Zack's injured leg, causing the Ultimate Broski to tap out. The Usos move on to the finals. The next match of the night was supposed to be Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. But before the tag match, we saw Bray Wyatt in the back attacking Randy Orton and attempting to break his leg. People really fucking love injuring legs on SmackDown, it seems. Might as well be called Break Leg Down from now on. Hashtag Break Leg Down. Anyway, so Bray Wyatt comes out and he demands that a count be done so that Randy Orton's loss will be official. The ref does the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Randy Orton loses. Unluckily for Bray, though, he still has one more match of the night. And it's the no-holds-barred match. Against... Kane comes out. Alright, so the Kane versus Bray Wyatt match starts off with Bray pushing Kane into a corner and beating him up for a bit. Then Kane gets the advantage, starts beating up Bray for a bit, undoes a table, and then Bray smacks him in the face of a ring bell. Bray dominates for a bit. Kane gets a little bit of offense in. Bray dominates some more. Bray tosses Kane onto the exposed announce table, gets on another announce table, and does a running senton onto Kane through the table. He then tosses Kane back in the ring, prepares to hit the Sister Abigail. Kane reverses the Sister Abigail into a choke slam. 1, 2, kick out. Alright, Kane grabs a chair that Bray had used earlier to keep the advantage, puts it on the ground, gets ready to choke slam Bray onto the chair, but then gets ready to tombstone Bray onto the chair. But as he picks Bray up, Bray Wyatt hoists him up and does his little rock bottom-esque slam onto the chair. 1, 2, kick out. Bray's wondering, what the fuck do I do? Kane, and then all of a sudden, we see Randy Orton coming out. Bray looks back to Randy Orton, looks back to Kane, Kane sits up. Bray is staring at Kane for a bit, which gives Randy Orton a chance to slide to the ring. RKO's Bray, and then Kane waits for Bray to get up to chokeslam him to hell. 1, 2, 3. Kane defeats Bray Wyatt. Alright, the next match of the night was The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. If you guys are wondering why I hesitated, it's because I knew I was forgetting a match, and it was actually a pretty good one. The problem was, I was distracted throughout all of it, so all I can tell you was the ending. But from what I did see, it was a damn good match. Essentially, how the match ends is, after quite a bit of back and forth between The Miz and Dolph Ziggler, The Miz shoves Dolph, doesn't shove Dolph. Basically, they're both tired as all fuck. Miz is collapsed on the ground, and Dolph is hung on the ropes, exhausted as well. Maurice comes by Dolph and sprays him in the eye with perfume, or at least what I assume is perfume. Dolph's now blinded and screeching as he gets up. Miz gets up as well, hits the skull-crushing finale. 1, 2, 3. The Miz retains his Intercontinental Championship. The next match of the night is the finals in the tag team tournament, with Heath Slater and Rhino taking on the Usos. And it's safe to say Heath Slater is now officially a full-on face, because he gets the usual face starting offensive, decimating the Usos. Then he tags in Rhino, and Rhino gets a turn to decimate the Usos. Then he tags Heath back in, and then, oh god. You guys know how every match has one of the good guys getting teamed up on for, like, the vast majority of the thing? I think Heath Slater received the longest beating in all of tag team history. Either that or it just felt long, because the Usos were smacking him around all match. The initial bad spot for Heath started with Heath actually being double suplexed into a pole. Starting to think having your back bashed into a pole is going to become a regular thing in WWE now. But yeah, with that, they started working the back relentlessly, constantly whipping Heath back into the corner and just stomping on his back and just having fun torturing Heath. He finally gets some offense in, though, as one Uso charges him, only to get his face kicked in by Heath. Heath tags in Rhino. I believe it was Jimmy who was in the ring. Tags in Jay. Rhino starts clearing house. Rhino goes for a spear, but Jay dodges, and Rhino ends up spearing his corner. Heath tags himself in, starts taking the Usos to Neckbreaker City, and then hits one of the Usos with his Impaler DDT. 1, 2, the other Uso pulls Heath out of the ring. Heath yells at that Uso before they go for a clothesline. Heath ducks it, goes right back into the ring, ducks the other Uso, punches the Uso that's on the ring apron, only to get super kicked by the Uso in the ring. And then Rhino gets a spear in on that Uso. Rhino rolls out the ring. Heath goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Rhino and Heath Slater are your first ever SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And thus we go to the picture in the background. The final match of the night. AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose. This match was a little long for me to tell you piece by piece, but once again it was a nice back and forth, with each basically countering the other's attempts at finishers every time. There was one point in which Dean was in the calf crusher, but he got out. There was really no outstanding moves on Dean's end, except for the Glam Slam, I suppose. For those of you who don't know what the Glam Slam is, it's essentially a lifting face buster from the back. The match ends, though, with, Dean shoving AJ back into the ref. AJ, noticing the ref is knocked out, uses the opportunity to kick Dean in the balls, since, again, they both kept reversing each other's finishers. But it's hard to reversal something when your balls just got kicked. AJ picks Dean up, hits him with the Styles Clash. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Not clean, mind you, but he's still champion. And that's all that matters. So, that's your results for SmackDown's first ever solo pay-per-view, Backlash. Overall, it was actually quite the entertaining show. It sucks that I was distracted during what was quite possibly match of the night between Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, but even so, I can still tell it was a damn good match. Every match here was pretty enjoyable, honestly. There was no real down points to the pay-per-view, though there wasn't much special about either. It was just good wrestling, I suppose. If I were to grade it, which I shouldn't be because this is just a recap, but fuck it, I'll grade it anyway. I'll give it an 8.5 because it was just a damn enjoyable pay-per-view with some good wrestling. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to make the next pay-per-view predictions more interesting, because next time around, I intend on actually doing what some other channels do, and playing prediction matches in 2K16. That way, if I do that, I will then have an excuse to actually use the footage from said prediction matches to make the actual recap a bit more interesting. If anyone has any ideas or objections, leave them in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoy your night, and I will see you guys later. Deuces, YouTube.